EntitledKaren tried to unalive my service dog, so I ruined her entire life. I never thought I'd be the type to post one of those viral Reddit revenge stories. But this one's personal. I'm a 27-year-old Army veteran. I served 2 tours overseas. Came back with PTSD, anxiety, and more emotional baggage than anyone should have to carry. My service dog, Ranger, a perfectly trained German Shepherd, has been with me ever since. He's not just a dog. He's the reason I can sleep through the night. He's the reason I can walk outside without feeling like the world's collapsing. He's my stability, my shield, my best friend. And Karen, my entitled neighbor from hell, tried to kill him. I moved into this quiet suburban neighborhood last year, thinking it would be a peaceful place to rebuild my life. That illusion shattered about 3 days after moving in. My next-door neighbor, whom I now refer to exclusively as Karen, made her presence known. You know the type. Mid-40s, blonde highlights, oversized sunglasses, yoga pants that have never seen a gym, and a voice that could cut glass. She walked right up to me the first time she saw Ranger and said, "That dog better not bark all night. I need my beauty sleep. Not hi. Not welcome to the neighborhood. Just a warning. Classy." I explained very calmly that Ranger was a service animal, highly trained, and extremely well-behaved. She rolled her eyes and muttered, "People these days always pretending they need a dog for attention." From that moment on, I knew Karen would be a problem. She hated that I had a dog, hated that he existed near her precious lawn. I caught her glaring at us from her porch, arms folded, like she was waiting for us to screw up. And when that didn't happen, she decided to fabricate something instead. One afternoon, animal control showed up at my door. Karen had filed a report saying my aggressive German Shepherd was barking and charging at her kids. Luckily, I have security cameras around my property. I pulled up the footage, time-stamped and clear as day, showing Ranger laying in the grass the entire time she claimed the incident happened. I showed the officers, who apologized and left. Karen was furious that her lie didn't work. That was the first time I saw the real look in her eyes. The one that said, "I don't care what's true. I care about winning." Weeks passed. I kept my head down. Ranger stayed on leash. We avoided her like the plague. I thought maybe, just maybe, she'd get bored and move on. Then came the day I nearly lost him. It was a sunny Sunday morning. Ranger was out back in my fenced yard, soaking up the sun like he always does while I made breakfast. I heard a weird metallic clinking outside, like a pan or bowl hitting the ground. But by the time I stepped outside, nothing was there. Ranger came inside an hour later, and something was off. He stumbled, threw up, then collapsed. I've seen a lot in my life. Combat zones, trauma, loss. But nothing, compared to the gut-wrenching panic of seeing my dog seizing on the floor. I grabbed him, rushed him to the 24-hour emergency vet, and waited white-knuckled while they worked to stabilize him. The vet came out after what felt like a lifetime and told me what no dog owner ever wants to hear. Ranger had ingested rat poison. If I had waited even 30 more minutes, he would have died. They managed to flush it out and start treatment, but it would be days before he was stable. I drove home in a fog. I couldn't think, couldn't cry, just rage. And then it clicked, the noise, the timing, the way Karen had been acting. I tore through the footage from my backyard camera. And there she was, Karen, reaching over the fence with a plate of raw hamburger meat. She dropped it into my yard. The camera zoom caught it perfectly. Little blue-green pellets stuffed inside. Rat poison. She watched for a moment, smiled to herself, then walked away like it was just another Sunday chore. She tried to murder my service dog. I called the police immediately, gave them the footage, filed a report. I even emailed it to my lawyer and started the process of filing civil charges. But Karen, she denied everything. She told the cops I doctored the footage, and that I was harassing her to get attention. She accused me of animal abuse. It was so twisted, I couldn't even speak. The police said the investigation would take time. So I decided if the law wouldn't move fast, I'd make sure her life moved very slowly. The first thing I did was upload the footage to our neighborhood Facebook group. No comments. Just, "Please watch out for your pets. This happened in my backyard. Date, time, location." Boom. It blew up. Comments poured in. People were disgusted. Half the neighborhood turned on her overnight. Some people even left anonymous notes on her door saying things like, "We saw what you did, and you're not welcome here." But I wasn't done. Every HOA rule she violated, I reported it. Trash bins out too long. Fence 1 inch over height. Lawn too dry. I even reported her kids playing basketball in the street past curfew. Petty? Yeah. But I made her life exactly as miserable as she made mine. She racked up fine after fine. I filed so many complaints the HOA board scheduled a meeting just to deal with her. And remember how she always let her tiny yappy dog roam off-leash? I reported that too. Sent animal control again with pictures. Another violation. Another fine. Then I took it nuclear. I contacted a local news station that runs a segment called Justice for the Voiceless. I sent the video. Told them about Ranger. Told them about being a veteran. They aired it 2 nights later in prime time. Her face was blurred, but not enough. Everyone in town knew it was her. The story went viral. It was picked up by online outlets, shared on Twitter, even made its way to a Reddit thread titled, "EntitledKaren tries to kill a service dog." The backlash was biblical. Her workplace, a daycare center. She was fired the next morning. I heard one of the parents recognized her from the broadcast and demanded she be removed. She tried to claim she was being slandered, but with the video and police report circulating, no one cared. A week later, I got the call I'd been waiting for. The district attorney was moving forward with charges: criminal trespassing, attempted animal cruelty, reckless endangerment. She's looking at a possible 6 months in jail and a hefty fine. She showed up at my door a few days after that, crying, asking me to please drop the charges. Said she was going through a lot. I shut the door in her face. Now her house is up for sale. For sale by owner. I see her every now and then standing in her front yard, watching people drive by and keep going. No one wants to live next to a dog killer. As for Ranger, he's recovering like the absolute legend he is. He's still on meds, but every day he gets stronger. He still follows me from room to room, still lays his head on my lap when I'm struggling. He's a survivor, just like me. I didn't want war. I didn't ask for drama. But when you go after someone's lifeline, when you try to kill the one thing that keeps them grounded, you better be ready for the storm that follows. Karen thought she could kill my service dog and walk away like nothing happened. Instead, she lost her reputation, her job, her peace, and soon her freedom. Don't mess with veterans. Don't mess with service animals. And never, ever mess with someone who has receipts, cameras, and absolutely nothing left to lose.